let's take a look at how we can do object tracking and counting, what the differences are, and how we can use it in our own applications and projects with the YOLO26 model. So we're going to see a pretty cool example. We're going to see all the code, how we can set it up, do step by step, and glue all the parts together so we can actually like track and count how many people are crossing a line. We can use this for monitoring, queue management, all different things. So let's just jump straight into it. I've opened up the Ultralytics documentation here before we're going to jump into the code. So with Ultralytics out of the box, you can do multi-object tracking. So we first detect the object, then we track it across the number of frames that we have, so it works on a video, and then we get an ID for every single object that we have in the frame. Then we can detect if they're within a region, if they're crossing a line. We need to combine both tracking, counting, some basic logic on top of it. So this is pretty cool. You can go in and read more about like why choose Ultralytics YOLO for object tracking, but it's just very easy to set up. It's the fastest model out there, and there's a ton of cool real world applications that we can use it for. So you can see all of it inside the modes. We have the tracking. You can also go inside the solutions, and we have tons of solutions that you can use out of the box. So that could be object counting in regions, object cropping, queue management system, security alarm systems. All these different solutions are available directly out of the box. It's just a few things and configurations that you need to set up. So this is the things that we need to combine. So I've just opened up the code editor. We can see a demo here that we're going to run through, but we're pretty much just going to set this people counting up, coming in and out of an office gate. You can have any door, you can have a retail store, any store out there. We can manage how many people are inside the store, going out. We can monitor this. This is very good analytics to pretty much do like sales conversions, monitor like how many people are inside, like for different events, theme parks, any queue or like any entrance system that you have. So now we can see 2 people went in and 1 person went out, and we just have this video that we're going through. So we need to define the line. We need to track a person. We can see this is number 20 track ID. So that's why we're both doing tracking, detection. We need the detection to initialize the track, and then we can pretty much just look at how is this track moving across our image frame, and then if it crosses the line, we're going to apply counting to it as well. So this is how we can combine all the different things and features from computer vision into an actual application that we can build on top of. So what we have here is our people counter class. We need to initialize it with our weights, so you can just use your own model. If you just specify your own model here, we have tons of videos covering how you can train your own models, both on your local environment, all different types of use cases, how you can handle your data set with the Ultralytics platform, where you don't need to write any code or set up any environment, and then you just grab the model weights. So we need to initialize our YOLO class with our model weights. We can set up our line. So this needs to be in 2 coordinates. We need to specify 2 coordinates that then defines our line in space or in the image frame. And this is pretty much everything that we need. Then we have our run method, where we're going to run object tracking. So this is how we run it. We specify the source, the confidence score. Everything can be configured via the command line arguments. The device, if you want to run it on CPU, GPU, or whatever. When we're using the Coco classes out of the box, so the pre-trained models, we already have like person, vehicles, all these different things. Vehicles is also a pretty cool one. So if you have like a traffic intersection, we have another video covering like a drone data set where we're monitoring like traffic intersections. Then you would probably detect cars and all different types of vehicles instead. So definitely check that video out. So the classes, we're just interested in person for now, so we can specify it in this way. The tracker that we're going to use is fasttrack.yaml. You can specify other configurations, and we also have other trackers that you can see from the documentation. So then we're just going to track, get our predictions, we get our results back. We can iterate through all our results. So this is our multi-object tracking. So the objects that we're detecting, we're just iterating through all of them one by one. Maybe we need to scale them here based on our resolution and also the entrance line that we have defined. So this is what we're doing here. Then we can annotate it with our annotation utility function. This is just for visualizing the object count in the top left corner, as you saw, the line, all the bounding boxes with the track IDs as well. We can write it out if we have specified that we want to save the video. It's going to write it out with OpenCV to an MP4 file, and then you can show it after. We can also have the imshow function running at the same time with OpenCV, so we can see the window live, everything going on while our program is running. Then we have the annotation function. We're just going to have our scale for our line font and all these things. We have the points, 2 points for our line. Then we can visualize it with the OpenCV line. We also have the circles for the 2 corners or the 2 points in our line. And then we also have our bounding boxes. We have our rectangles, and we also have our text with our class and our track ID. So this is pretty much just like a utility function for doing it. And we have our panel in the top left corner where we have the in and out counts. You can just specify, use any AI tool to define what you want or make any modifications to the visualizations. That's pretty much just going to be a single prompt. Then we have the parser arguments. When we run our program, we can specify the weights file. It's going to automatically download if you use the base models out of the box, so you don't need to handle anything there. So for example, we don't specify any line to start with, but here we can, for example, have a horizontal center line. We can just use these here as an example. We have the entrance lines as pixels. We need to specify it in this format with no spaces. The rest is running with the default things. So the source, which video you want to run it on, what model. So if you have your own model, you can specify it here as default or just as a command line. So when we run it, we have Python people counting, and we have this people entrance video. So for the source, you can specify it in this way. So people entrance dot mp4, and it's gonna be this video that we're just going to run through as we saw with demo example. And then you can specify, for example, if you want another confidence score threshold, 0.35. So all these things can be configured directly in here or modify the default values. So we need to define a line. To a line like this, I'm just going to copy paste it. You can always just modify the line coordinates depending on where you want to place the line specifically. This is everything that we need. I've just hit enter and it's going to run the program automatically. So now we can see that our program is running and we have this person coming in. This is just running on my CPU right now, so it might be a bit slow. So you can see we lose some detections through the class here. Maybe the base model will not perform as good on that one, but you can train your own custom model. So we have track ID 2 here. We're tracking the person. We're not losing track of the person walking through the door here. So we have a gate system here. You could pretty much just detect a face as well. Maybe throw that into a face recognition database compared to the people that should be able to enter and exit. And then you pretty much have like a full entrance monitoring system with face recognition, so you know if this person has access or not. So it's a full access system. So now one person came in, you can also define the direction. So which direction is in and out. You can have a single line, you can have multiple lines. You can specify regions as we had inside the solutions documentation. So now let's wait here. We should have another guy coming out in just a second, but it's pretty much just running. Maybe it's running like 10 frames per second on my CPU. If you're running this on GPU, it's gonna run significantly faster. You can export into an optimized framework, OpenWindow, Core ML, TensorRT, depending on what hardware you're running it on, and you're pretty much gonna get a 3, 4, 5x inference speed increase without losing any accuracy. All these things here, we have tons of videos already covering it, so make sure to check it out on the channel. So we have another guy here coming in, and then the last one here is the guy coming out, as we saw inside the demo that I've already been running through. So this one here is coming in there. There we go. We have count 2, and we have one guy exiting. This is how we can build an application in just 100, 200 lines of code with the Ultralytics models, train it on the platform, train it in your own environment, bring your own custom model and your own custom use case, and you can just use this class. Everything is available down in the description, and I hope to see you guys in one of the upcoming videos. Until then, happy building.